Hello, my name is Michele, and you're listening to Profit is a Choice. Do you know how to define a toxic workplace? Are you the one bringing the discord into the office, or is maybe somebody else doing that? Maybe you're looking for a job and you want to know where to steer clear. Today, we're going to talk about what makes a workplace feel yuck and how to spot areas for improvement. Every day, empowered entrepreneurs are taking ownership of their company financial health and enjoying the rewards of reduced stress and more creativity. With my background as a financial software developer, owner of multiple businesses in the interior design industry, educator, and speaker, I coach women in the interior design industry to increase their profits, regain ownership of their bottom line, and to have fun again in their business. Welcome to Profit is a Choice. There's a book I've recommended and given as gifts this year, and it is The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team by Patrick Lencioni. It is possible for even the healthiest of companies to have some dysfunction, just like any family or group of people. However, a toxic environment is even more than just generalized dysfunction. It's actually very harmful. Let's take a minute and define a toxic work environment. A toxic work environment can be summed up with this: it is harmful to your mental health. Every business has times of stress and times of overwhelm. But when the workplace itself makes you feel terrible about yourself, bullied, ego overruns, power trips, then the work culture is toxic. Here are some hallmarks of a toxic environment. See if you can spot any of these. The leader is on a power trip. Leadership or management is constantly telling you of their power and reminding you that you work for them in a way that is not healthy. Number 2, there's bullying going on, constantly reminding you of how terrible you are at your job or how somebody else could do it better, or rolling their eyes or shutting you out or telling you they don't even know why they hired you in the first place. You feel the tension. Number 3, unrealistic work practices. Always demanding that you're too slow, no matter how quickly you get work done. Not setting clear expectations, but always telling you that you somehow missed the mark. Unclear boundaries and unclear expectations. When asking questions, you're always met with a condescending attitude, arrogance, unkind and pompous answers, which make you fearful of asking. A lack of empathy or sympathy in the workplace. Belittling others' personhood or their self-worth. Showing a huge lack of grace for mistakes. More concerned with the work than with people. Fear of failure in any capacity, the feeling of walking on eggshells. Bad attitudes in all areas and a feeling of constant complaining. Nothing is ever good enough. Toxic work environments can be created by the owners and managers, or it can be created by the employees. What is most important is that these attitudes and actions are recognized and stopped immediately. Listen, some of these things are maybe areas that you would identify if somebody was just the wrong fit for the wrong job, but treating that person with respect and either helping educate them or move them into another role, or even the kindness of separating them from the company with regards to coming to work every day. Those are kindnesses, but people's respect can be kept in the process. Maybe you've heard of local companies that seem to have a revolving door of employees, or you hear of employees leaving and they all seem beat down. That should give you pause to apply at that company. I've worked with and spoke with people who have left environments like these. Many found themselves slipping into anxiety, depression, and becoming a shell of themselves. There was no room for process improvement unless it could be completed flawlessly. There was no room for asking questions without being told how dumb and worthless they were, either directly or indirectly. There was no thought as to their own personal well-being. A big indicator if you're working in an environment like this is how you feel on Sunday afternoon into Sunday night. If you can feel your anxiety ratchet up, if you have a sleepless night the night before Monday, a sick feeling in your stomach and even having to go in and other physical challenges, stop and listen to your body. A safe work environment should have the following. Trust. You trust your management team and they trust you. You're able to share feedback, positive and negative, without fear of repercussion. Accountability. Each team member is accountable to the others, to the clients, and to the vendors. There is a willing accountability and not a heavy yoke. Conflict that is shown to be normal and normalized is handled with kind and clear communication, and each person is respected in that transaction. You're all committed to the same pursuit and working together to accomplish it. Everyone feels like part of the team, and no one feels like they're on the outside. People want to actually be there, and turnover rates are not high. Roles and responsibilities are clear and communicated. Leadership skills are evident, and time is spent on learning to be a great leader and a great follower. Growth opportunities are discussed and created. Each person is seen as part of a team, but also as an individual. There's work-life balance, and each person is treated fairly and no favorites. Creating a company that others want to be a part of takes intention. This is what we focus on so much on this podcast, that we make money, profitability, by being intentional. And having a culture that is hurtful and harmful will absolutely impact your bottom line. The cost to bring in new talent, train, and start over is a lot. According to the Association for Talent Development, organizations spend on average $1,252 per employee on training and development initiatives. And according to the Society for Human Resource Management, the cost to onboard a new employee is around $4,100 per new hire. As you can see, this is almost $6,000 combined to hire, onboard, and train each new employee. And every time someone leaves and you have to start over, there is a huge cost, not to mention the time involved. So take the time now to evaluate your place of ownership or employment. Which of the items do you see that are toxic? And what do you see that's safe? If you can, work with your team to provide a more safe environment. You're spending 40 hours a week here with this work family, and you need to feel comfortable. If you're the owner and you notice many of the toxic traits, stop. Take note. These ideas and actions are top-down in most instances. What are your fears that are allowing toxicity to enter your company? Find a counselor or a coach to talk to and work through what is at the root of the behaviors, because most of the time it's fear-based. Just because your environment is toxic now, it doesn't mean it has to stay that way. And just because it's safe doesn't mean it won't become toxic. Check out the book I recommended at the beginning of the podcast, The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team by Patrick Lencioni. Read it, underline it, mark it up, put it into practice. Create a healthy environment where team members are staying and they want to bring in their friends. You will all be more profitable and productive for it, and you won't feel ill or sick at going to work. Check out the resources we also have on the Scarlet Thread Consulting website. Apply for a discovery call if you want to talk through how to improve the business that you're creating. Choose to be profitable in your company culture, because profit doesn't happen by accident. Profit is a Choice is proud to be part of the designnetwork.org, where you can discover more design media reaching creative listeners. Thanks for listening, and stay creative and business-minded.